Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. How is everybody? How is everybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, hello. It's Romeo calling from a crackpot telephone. Tell me if you could hear me, see me. Hello from Florida in the sun. I'm from Florida, Florida life in the sun. I'm from Hollywood, South Florida, Broward County. Florida life in the sun. What county are you from? Sound is great. How is everybody tonight? Tia, how are you? Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, thank you. Jen, how are you? SB, how you doing? Jordan, how are you tonight? Good evening, thank you. North Carolina, what part? My dad used to live in Asheville. Elena from Mississippi. I have family in Mississippi. And what part of Mississippi are they from? I don't remember. Step relatives in Laurel. I want to say Laurel, Mississippi. Is that it? Helen, Kung Fu Panda, nice to see you. Glampress, nice to see you. D. Pompano Beach, and now you live in Boca. Okay. My grandpa used to he worked in the Pompano produce. There was a big produce company, big produce place there in Pompano. Hello from Oklahoma. I used to live in Broken Arrow for a very short period of time. Deborah, how are you? Chowan County. I don't know where that is. Hi from Virginia Beach. I worked in the Arlington County Jail. I know it's a little bit away. I know I've been a lot of places. Hello from Quebec. I've been to Montreal just to visit. Hi from Michigan. Been through there. Lived in Boca. Now Mom lives in Boca. We live in Wisconsin. Well, hopefully you're a snowbird. Hello, hillbillies. Mexico. Good for you, John. How you doing? Chiapas, Mexico. Hope all is well there. McCook. And okay. Colleen, let's see. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Guys, so I want to explain that I had a video that was taken down. I want to believe it was by AI because it shows Patrick's address. Now, I would never have put up Patrick's address if Patrick hasn't put up his own address. And he has, because he's asked people to send things care of the Whittakers to that address. And like he said in his own video, everybody knows where I live. So yes, we do. So I'm hoping that after they actually look at that, they will see that. And it actually was in his favor because I was showing that he actually owned the house. And I want to show you things about that kind of prove that he owns the house. And I know that the content creator, I forgot their name, put up that maybe there was an affiliation and maybe something between Patrick and Jason. I don't think that's true. I just think Patrick bought a house that Jason used to live in and that Jason was registered in. That's all I think it is. And now I've got to turn the air on because I'm sweating and it's 71 degrees. So tell me I shouldn't be living in New York, New York. All right. Hang on. All right. So Davis, Oklahoma. Okay, I don't know where that is. Scranton, Pennsylvania. I do know where that is. Stacy, guys, bouncing ticket. Kathleen, how you doing? Stacy, affordable baskets by Donna. I would assume you have affordable baskets. Ziggy Star, McCook. It's hot up in here. It is hot up in here. Small towns are like that. Most of the people live in. Okay, so the first thing. Anyway, I would have never had put his address up there. First of all, that's public record, just so you know. But I would have never have put it up there had it have been something that he had hid from people. Hello, Helen. Okay, so I just want to show you this. Guys, I want you to know that Milk, Honey, and Mayhem is my moderator tonight. It's the first time I've ever had a mod, and people could attest to that. She's just going to help me keep an eye on the chat because you guys know I am awful with keeping up with that. Ziggy Star, how you doing? I want to make hi Candy. I want to make sure I say hello, Stacy, Renee, Kung Fu Panda, Edie, how are you? Okay. I am from Ardmore. Yeah, affordable. Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, this is what I just want to show you. And I saw somebody had mentioned, Kathy Hanna, I just wanted to show you, somebody had mentioned the video with Timmy. So guys, I just want to play you that again real quick. Let's bring it up here, bring it on up. Now guys, this is a micro tell. And I thank the person, I forgot who sent it. They didn't want to be named, I don't think anyway. But you could clearly see, you can see the mat there. You could see the garbage can by the door. You could see the self-service on this side. And there's a self-service on the other side as well. So it looks like the cold beverages on the right, the hot stuff on the left. There's a microwave, looks like a coffee machine. You see what I'm saying? Looks even like a waffle maker between the microwave and the what looks like a coffee machine. So let's keep going. Let's check it out. See, Beckley, and that's not far at all. Now, Eric said that, okay, so now wait a minute. Eric said that the first night that he stayed there, the first time that he was there, he couldn't stay in a hotel. He couldn't stay at Patrick's because of the what? Yeah, the egg crate mattress that looked like been rolled through mud. So he went to a hotel. Now, guys, this is the garbage can. This is the mat. This is the door. This is the hot section. And this is the cold section where Timmy appears to be. If it's Timmy, it looks like Timmy. I would say it looks like Timmy. I would make a strong wager, though I'm not a gambler, that looks like Timmy. But this is not a facility. This is a hotel. I think it's pretty clear that it's a hotel. Now, some of you have said, what was he doing in a hotel with Eric? Stop. I don't think it has a different floor, but we'll look again. What was I saying? Oh, okay. I did not say that Timmy went up to Eric's room. I did not say Timmy was there for any nefarious reasons. Patrick could have taken Timmy to go see Eric, and he just said, hang on a minute, man. And maybe Patrick and Eric are outside that door just talking, and Timmy's right there just getting himself something to drink. Or maybe Patrick and Eric are off to the side and he's just there. This does not mean that he went into anybody's room. This does not mean anything nefarious was going on here. A few of you, what was he doing? Some of you thought maybe that this was current and that Eric was in hiding with him. No, look at Timmy's hair. Timmy's hair is long, guys. Look. Okay, now you're saying that the floor looks different. Let's take a look. So I do see that, but over here, you see where the light shines? You can't see the definition. You can't see the texture. You can't see the texture where the light is, okay? Now, this is a professional picture. Just so you know, this is a professional picture. This is for their publications, for their advertisement. The other one is not. Let's take a look. It's going, guys. It's a going. All right. So this is again, this is from the hotel's advertising bit. And you can't really see, I know that there's the thing there, but you can't really see the definition of the floor there. You can't see the texture of the floor. Hang on. Let's see. I'm not paying attention to the chat right now, guys, because I'm showing you this. I want to look at it too. Where's Timmy? Okay, hang on. Let me go back to where Timmy was. I thought there was another thing of Timmy here. So guys, you can't see that. I'm sorry. It's unclear, in my opinion, the definition there. It's unclear, the definition there. I just wouldn't go by that with that picture. There's light there. It's not the highest of quality, but what's clear are the main components in that picture. The divider between the two rooms, right? The divider between the two rooms. See? See? So this is what I think it is. This is what I think it is. And we could, you know, go back and forth on that. Yeah, but it's not, again, okay, again, hang on, let's see if we can see this. Again, I think it's the same. I think it's the same situation. I think it's the same room. That's my opinion. I think that one is a camera that is more intense. I mean, not more intense, but more precise, has more pixels and stuff. And one is a camera from a security camera. That's what I think it is. So I don't know. I don't know about the color of the carpet. Again, I'm going by the main components in here. The main components, the door that's there, the trash can, the rug, the two rooms, the divider. That's what I'm going by. Even the trash can is the same. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Well, what do you mean it's a weird glass door? To me, it's just a hotel. And you probably can't come in that way, but you could probably go out that way. The only way I bet you could come in is probably with the key or something. Because, this is probably just for the hotel guests. This is definitely the hotel. This is the micro hotel here. Okay. So guys, now I want to show you something else. Okay. Let's see something else here. So hang on. Now, guys, a few of you have said, where does Patrick live? What's going on? How is there a connection between Patrick and Jason? You guys have said Jason's registered as an SO. I'm not saying he's not registered as an SO. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. He was. That's not what this is about. The problem that some of you have is that he's registered in that house. And the question is Patrick own that house? Does Patrick live in that house? Now, again, I saw that they were miles apart, and somebody sent me, no, Toddy, look. One of those apparently was a property address, I want to say, and then his home address is on Tommy Creek. And I showed that, and I'm going to show you it again in a minute. Excuse me. Coffee. And then the other one is, let's see. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Then the other thing was, how could Patrick live there? There's no walls, but you'll see the inside of the house that it is totally incomplete. So, and also over a year ago, Mark Leda had a video where he was on the porch and you could clearly hear BJ say, who owns that property? Jason used to live there, and now Patrick Rourke owns it. So let's listen to that video, guys, please. Let's listen to that video. I'm going to take that one down. We're going to go. That's when that took place.
They sold the property out there.
Yeah, they sold the property that Jason was staying at.
So she says, you see, they sold the property out there. And he says, yeah, I see they sold the property that Jason was staying in. Listen, please listen.
I'm Brian Dixie, but
Sorry, hang on. So that's when that took place.
you see they sold the property out there.
Yeah, they sold the property that Jason was staying in. Whose property is that?
It belonged to Brian Dixie, but Patrick Court bought it.
So as we know, Patrick. Okay, so that was over a year ago, before any of this whole debacle. Please. And let me just show you, I just want to show you something. Patrick supposedly went to school with Timmy. Now, guys, you see the electric here? The electric doesn't look like that. Usually there is sheetrock that covers the electric, right? This house is incomplete. This is the inside of this man's house, and it's incomplete. You can see that with this over his head. The orange wire over his head is electric. Okay, so you see that? All right. Hang on one second. Jamie, I don't know what you're asking me. Give me a second. Let me just finish with this video. Hang on. All right, so you see that? I want to show you more. I just want to show you some more. So Betty's inside the house. This is where she makes that video talking about her siblings and how she says it's so unfair. She's sitting on a couch. This is the outside coming in. You see this? These are like planks. This man's house is incomplete. All this stuff is true. The outside of his house looks like that. And like anybody, I would think he would do the inside of his house first. Here's the thing I don't like. Don't make fun of somebody's home. I don't like that. Don't do that. Nobody should do that. That's not nice. And then there's something going on about, what are those? I think somebody said, what is that behind? What is that in the window? There's no windows, somebody said. You're right. There's no windows. There is like a blanket there or something, probably with plastic behind it, some sort of thick plastic behind it. This is the best he could do right now. But this is the inside of this man's house. That's not a curtain. You guys could go look. I mean, this is up there. These things are on Patrick's Facebook page, and you could see them. You could see them. So, I mean, you know, so you see what I'm saying? This here, the gray here, that's what looks like behind Patrick. This bit, who cares? This looks like it was supposed to be some sort of garage or something. Who cares if he does one room at a time? It's his home. If he does one room at a time, who cares? It's his business. Yeah, he doesn't have windows. Okay. So he's doing the best he can. I would say that about anybody's homestead. Some people don't have nothing. Okay, so let's go a little bit more. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll pay attention to the chat, I promise. Now this, you could do a search. Just do West Virginia property search, please, and you will find Patrick Rourke. And it's Tommy's Creek Road. We know that because we know where the Whittakers live. Okay? So this is just to show that, guys. And I think that pretty much finishes that little movie. Now I'm going to go to the chat. Let me see what. Let me see what I was just asked. I don't know who that is. So let me look in the chat. I shouldn't pay attention to the chat, please. Well, now I want to pay attention to the chat because I want to know. So my email is toddy1skip@gmail.com. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. So this is the first time I'm dealing with a moderator. I don't mean dealing. I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't mean dealing with a moderator. It looks like it's simply in the middle of being redone and the walls are down to the studs. Exactly. His truck might be worth more than his house. So what? So what? You know, I used to work in the real estate trade, and, you know, I've seen people buy these shitholes, and then they've come back and said, hey, come and check my home out because now I want to sell it. And they're laughing all the way to the bank. So, Toddy, that is a closed-in front porch. It looks like a 3-season porch. It probably, listen, the guy needs to get it done for the winter coming. I don't know how cold it gets there, but he needs to get it done for the winter coming, especially his pipes, I would think. Look who's in my chat. Rebecca Michello, guys. This is Rebecca Michello. Check out her channel. Can you hear me now? Her grandson, unfortunately, lost his life at the hands of his dad. It's a horrible story. It's also known as the treadmill dad. So if anybody has an interest in knowing that or knowing more about that, or also Rebecca and I on Monday mornings do a live stream about 9 o'clock on Monday mornings with recovery. We talk about recovery. We talk about struggles. So please check that out. And please check out her channel. She's got a real passion for helping children. His house had huge potential, but a home that what matters, life hard these days. We need more positivity. Exactly. Prayers, exactly. I believe it was to put towards his house. What do you believe was to put towards it? Listen, I'm not coming here saying that Patrick's innocent. I'm just showing you where he lives and the fact that I believe that is the house he's staying in. And that all I think was that Patrick bought a house and the person that lived in the house before was a registered SO. I don't think where that has anything to do with Patrick. The fact that Patrick and the Whittakers know each other, they do. I don't know why it does that. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't do anything. It said muted, and Jamie told me I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Dessa, I did get it. I need to look at it before I put it up. I hope that you understand. I just can't put something up like that. I gotta look at it. But I want to, and I promise you, if it all checks out, I will make a video of it. I promise you, and I'll try to make it tonight and give you 100% credit for it. And I know you're not really asking for that, but I really need to. Let me see. Let me just see what you sent me. Ooh, hang on. Oh, okay. All right. So what I was sent here and what I will definitely check out, was that apparently, is this what you're saying about that he called the Whittakers a project? He also called them a gimmick. Did you guys hear that? Because I heard it twice. I did ask somebody to please try to find that clip where he says that. Did you guys hear that? Hey, let me see. Native Libra, how you doing? One thing I wanted to point out is that the amount of funding that they receive can mess with the government benefits. Yeah, that's the least of my worries, to be honest with you. I just would like to see the family reunited if that's at all possible. Another thing I wanted to mention, Kathleen, thank you for that. Jamie's falling asleep on the job. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. So, what I wanted to say, thank you, Dessa. I appreciate you giving me the time. Penelope's Secret Confessions. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. I really appreciate that. I was saying something. See, this is why I can't really pay attention to the chat at the same time. I'm not stupid. People did show up today. I'm going to check that out. I had a birthday party to go to. So from my understanding, people did show up today because I watched a little bit of Layla's Toys. And by the way, I know that somebody made a comment that I said I didn't like Layla's Toys. I reached out to that man. I called him Santa. And I said, please know that I didn't say anything about you that I didn't like you. I like your channel very much and I'm subscribed to your channel. And he said, Toddy, we have no problem. We have no problem. So, I have no problem with this man. The only thing I ever said was that I felt he could get paid. I didn't know if he knew that or not, or if he opted not to get paid. And that at the beginning, he showed a lot of grace to Eric. And I didn't understand. But you know what? His forgiveness and my forgiveness, two different things. He sees a lot more good in people than I do. God bless him. God bless that man, because I hear how positive he is. I hear it. God bless him. I could never say anything bad about somebody so positive. How can you? I don't know if Larry's out there cleaning the house. I don't have the answer to that. I'm hoping that there's an update or something. Jimmy Bobby, you need your caffeine. They're saying, I heard Santa say that what he earns, he buys books for kids to read. Whatever he does with his money. Yes, I'm talking about Layla's Toys. Whatever he does, he could do whatever he wants. He could buy anything in the world he wants. This man is always giving us updates. He's around the clock giving us updates, whatever he wants. He does seem like a very true, kind-hearted man. So there was something that I was going to say. So here it is. There's been these things bother me. There's been speculation about Betty doing things incorrectly. Here's the way I feel about it. I don't think Betty ABUSED'd anybody in that house. Okay? I don't think Betty's under investigation for anything, but if she is, it would only be because she's one of the competent people there. I don't think, a lot of you, and I think Betty is smarter than what we give her credit for. I do, but I don't think it's for her gain. I think it's for her peace of mind. I don't see where Betty has anything. I could see where Betty would give BJ money so that she could just stop hearing about it because of everything else that Betty has to deal with. I mean, she's dealing with everything. So if she can shut somebody up by giving them money, the money, I don't really think matters to Betty. Where does it matter to Betty? Show me what Betty has that she's spending her money on. So I'm caught up in the chat. Nobody's answering the question. Carissa, thank you so much. You're always so kind. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Betty hasn't lived an easy life at all. Let me see. Kung Fu Panda says, in one video, someone said it needed cleaning, not fully condemned. And I know. So Patrick lives there. People went there. So if people went there and he had people go there, I would trust him because people are going there. And if it was condemned, they wouldn't let them in. Now the state would have that closed up. That's common sense. Again, critical thinking. It's critical thinking. So if people went there and cleaned that house is not condemned because they would not let people in there. Let me see. Betty misses her family, you bet. I'm just putting this up so I could read it. Tenacity for the truth. Patrick said that he kept seeing Timmy walking down and turning around in front of his house while he was working on it. He said he called out to him and they struck up a friendship. So here's the thing. He also said that he knew the family from before he got married. When he was younger, they used to go and give them wood and stuff. And he said when he got married and started his own life, he wasn't in the Whittaker's life. But then when Timmy came, when he was starting to fix up his house, he said he felt drawn to maybe help Timmy. He saw something different in Timmy. Now, maybe that came with age. Maybe that came with something that Patrick was going through in his life. Maybe Patrick's full of shit. I don't know. I believed him. When he told his story, I believed him. Call me gullible. That's okay. That's okay. I believed his story. Do I think that he felt he could benefit while helping the Whittakers? Yes. But that's okay. That's okay. There are still things I think that Patrick did that was wrong. I think the pictures of him with Timmy pillow fighting in bed, I think that was wrong. I think it was wrong of him taking Timmy into Victoria's Secret. And, that stuff I think was wrong. But that's my opinion. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that's my opinion, and we all have an opinion. I'm behind, but looks like Patrick's missing a double from door and the windows are there. The broken ones are covered with plywood. I'm behind, but looks, like Patrick's missing a double from door. Yeah, a double front door. Yeah, but I'm sure his house isn't left wide open. There's got to be something there. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. There is 100% an allegation investigation involving Betty. Larry and Betty have been said by a reliable source to have been selling. I don't know about that. Sorry. I got to take that down. Toddy, get viewers to like your chat. What do you mean? Oh, you mean hit the like button? Guys, if you'd hit the like button, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Betty gave up her life to marry. Yeah, see, some of these allegations, I'm not going to promote on the channel unless I know 100% it's true. Again, I'm going to ask you, where's the money going? If they're selling all this stuff, please show me where the money went. Where are they spending the money? That's the problem that they have. Apparently, they did go to school together. That's what I heard, but I don't know that that's true. I thought that that's what Patrick said in something that I heard. I don't know if it was that one. I've watched a lot of the stuff now. It's up to the investigators to determine the truth. Timmy was in elementary. You mean Patrick was in elementary with Timmy? Is that what you're saying, True Rebel? Yeah. And that could be true. Jason, 100%. But do you think at all he was trying to help them? Or do you think this is what he wanted? Because I don't believe Patrick wanted this. First of all, he lives in that town. I don't think that that's a popular place to be if that's what I don't think that he would be staying there if people really thought that's what his agenda was. I just don't. Because I think that town's pissed off. I really do. It's critical thinking. I'm sorry. I just think it's critical thinking. Jelly Ugandan Knuckles. How you doing? There's 245 people and only 70 thumbs up. Well, guys, it takes a minute. Milk Honey and Mayhem, are you watching him? I don't know what's going on there. Everyone if you guys could hit the like button, that would be great. I looked up West Virginia zoning. Whittaker property is zoned residential disabled. By doing this, some permits are not needed. It would explain how their current home is there without septic. Okay. I'd like to see Betty have a little apartment, if not able to move with the others, and she can visit the three. Wouldn't that be great? I'd like to see them all together. If it's in a facility that is good for them, I'm fine with that. Patrick went to school with me. I said that. We just haven't figured out if it was high school or elementary or all in the above. And this is the boss saying, hit that like button. This means also Eric is, I definitely think 100%. Now, somebody showed this and I put it up on a video where the man says, look it up. The man says, look at, it was a video I put up yesterday. What was that man's name? Polk County. It was Polk County something, and it's in the description of a video that I put up yesterday. You can check him out. He shows you where to go to look up, and he said that there were no permits pulled. That's the truth. You could check that out. I agree. But I don't think Mark took money from the Whittakers. So again, the question would be with Mark is, does Mark deserve all the money he got for showing the Whittakers to the world? Mark gave them over $153,000, right? Because even BJ said that. And then Mark Leda from Soft White Underbelly showed receipts. Now that GoFundMe kept all the money in one place and showed every time it went out of his account and where it went. There was no reason to not use a GoFundMe. Eric wanted to mess with people's heads because he thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room and nobody uses critical thinking. The only complaint legitimately that Eric honestly had wasn't the GoFundMe and how it was kept. It was the dispersion of it. So all he had to do was change how it was dispersed. And he could have said, this is strictly for the Whittaker's home. And that's the only thing it's going to be used for. If they ask for anything else, that will come from the YouTube money, because they're going to get a third of that. And that could have been that easy. But instead, he said the whole thing was messed up because of the GoFundMe. No, it wasn't. And he's trying to make us feel stupid. It's in my opinion that he is a typical CON man, in my opinion, and it's in my opinion because that's what people say. All right, guys, nobody has to hit the like button. We don't have to stay on top of that. I don't want people to hit the like button if they don't like it. I think I heard he and Timmy went to school together way back. So yeah, it does. The point is that he knew the family. And when he was younger, he helped the family, according to him. What did Patrick say on his first video? I'm sorry, saying almost. In my opinion, Eric insinuated to adult services that Betty's let. Yeah, I agree. I need to get some water. Hang on. Sorry. I thought I had a little can of water. I think he wanted to help him too, Mrs. Matt Murphy. Patrick said they were in like the first grade together. Okay. They go back a long ways. Okay. So here's the thing. If he really tried to screw that family over, how does he live in the same town and go to work and show his face? Not go to work. We don't know if he works, but show his face there every day. I don't think that would be so safe for him, to be honest with you, because I think a lot of people did like the Whittakers. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. And we have to remember, Eric reached out to Patrick. Wasn't the other way around. And we saw that. That was a legitimate correspondence. We saw that. Now, Eric in one breath says he reached out to Patrick. In the next breath, he said Patrick reached out to him. But Eric has spoken out of both sides of his mouth. Both sides of his mouth. And that is something that I haven't seen Patrick do. And it's not that I'm picking sides. There is no side. I agree with Layla's Toys, Santa. It's Team Whittaker. That's the side. That's the side. But that being said, I don't think it's fair that Patrick is accused of having anything to do with somebody who is registered as an SO. That's not fair. That's not fair to throw that on him because he bought a house that one of them lived in. That's not fair. And I heard that. I heard that allegation. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good, Jelly Ugandan. Yes, he was trying to help them and himself. And I agree with that. I agree. I agree with that too. Is Patrick live? I don't know if that's true. I can't put that up. If you guys want to go check that out, I won't be mad at you. But I don't know if he is or he's not. Sometimes people say things that aren't true. It's an opening to the enclosed front porch. His real front porch is intact. See, that's the other video. See, I think the inside of the house is more done than the outside of the house. And that would be the first thing I would do too. I would do one room at a time, and then I would do the outside of the house last because you got to live in the inside of the house. And that's the type of area where I don't think people go by and say, oh, look at that trashy house. I don't think they do that there. I think we do that in other parts of the country. I don't think we do that there. Not the people that matter to them. There might be some tourists that go by and laugh and pick and look and stuff. And listen, I find it fascinating the way that people live throughout the whole wide world. I really do. Let's see. I agree that might be the case. I read the phone book was half Whittaker's. I believe it. I believe it. Shilly Shally, hit it. Okay, so here it again. This is just where the school bit. I think personally, if they do end up together again, all of them won't be living in Odd. They may house them closer to the nearest town rather than that would make sense for medical reasons, right? And also, if there's a facility, here's the thing, guys. I want you guys to understand something. No permits were pulled, Layla says. Layla 1 says, thank you, Layla. And you guys can check it out. Okay, so Betty needs assisted living somewhat nearby. I agree. I think so too. I think Betty needs a break. And I'm not one to say that this was the break she needed, to be honest with you. Guys, I said this before. They didn't have to build anything. It didn't have to be this whole production. It didn't have to be this whole rigmarole. It didn't have to be this. All they needed was a double wide trailer or even a single wide trailer with 2 bedrooms and even 1 bath. But it would have been nice to have at least a bath and a half with a shower. And the reason why I say that is because Betty and Lorraine could have been in one room. Ray and Timmy could have been in the other room. That's all the state would have really required. The males in one room, the females in another room. That's it. Didn't have to be this 4-bedroom house made out of logs and and let's screw it all up and let's murky the water and let's get all this money together. It didn't have to be all that. And what's worse was, and I'll say it again, when he was staying in the condo, Eric, he could have had the whole family stay in the condo and had some company go in there and clean that house from top to bottom. And they could have gone back to that house until another house was being made for them. But Eric, Mr. Genius, couldn't figure that out. But here's why, because Mr. Genius had no plans. I don't think he had a plan in helping that family. He looked at those people, in my opinion, as stupid country folk. And that's what he did wrong. He insulted their intelligence. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I know he lied. He lied about everything. He lied about everything. I believe Mark had the best intentions for the Whittakers as well. And listen, guys, I know that Mark's channel's under investigation by the public, not by I dropped my napkin, not by the police, but by the public, because of the stuff that's come out with questionable stuff that Mark has, taken pictures of. And I'm not talking about the Whittakers, but I'm also not talking about Mark's channel. I watched the Whittakers. I don't really have an interest in the other stuff he's talking about. And I'm really not going to critique Mark's channel. By the Whittakers, I think he did the right thing by the Whittakers. That's what I think. Let me see. All the money from Mark went to BJ's. I don't think all the money. They did get a roof. They did get a new roof. They did get another building or something. They did get a vehicle. And they did get new windows, right? So not everything. But, I'm not going to... We don't know the situation. We do know that BJ has that problem. And we do know that BJ has lied. Also, guys, there's a video going around of BJ supposedly hitting her dad. Guys, please look at that video. Mark Leda, it's part of Mark Leda's footage. And I believe it's 1000% AI that Mark Leda did not do. Because first, Mark wouldn't just put that out there and not say anything about it. It wouldn't have all of a sudden just appeared. Somebody took AI. You know what? BJ, I'm not sticking up for her. But why do we have to add more shit to it? We don't have to add more shit to it. That's not fair. That's just not fair. So, they have enough to deal with. I believe so. I read that they have moved forward with that investigation. I believe so. Thank you, M. Cook. I appreciate you. Mark was lied to, though. He was lied to, and he was lied to by Betty as well. But we don't know. I don't think Betty knows how to deal with conflict, and I don't think she wants to deal with conflict. And I think she says things to avoid conflict. Now, there are a lot of people like that. So let's give her that. Let's say, that's a weakness. And then let's put on all of the stuff that Betty has to deal with and that Betty has dealt with. And we don't know what BJ said to her. We don't know if BJ went on and on and on. We don't know that. That's speculation. What we do know, because we saw it, was that BJ lied to Mark and that Betty did lie to Mark as well. But we don't know why. I'm not going to beat that woman up until I see evidence of it. Otherwise, she's just getting the benefit of the doubt from me. Eric had to control the money so they couldn't blow it. No, he blew it. He blew it for him. He didn't have to control the money. No, he didn't. He did not. What he should have done was he should have got a lawyer for them before he made any money. He should have said, listen, there's an opportunity here. I don't believe that for a second. Not at all. What about the videos of Eric sitting Indian style with his underwear on? I don't know. I didn't see those videos. Send them to me. Toddy1skip@gmail.com. Send them to me. If he really had good intentions for them, he would provide. He hasn't provided shit. He's done chicken scratch on a notebook. Do you think that's better than what Mark did? No. And not only that, we have to remember Patrick Rourke showed us a Venmo receipts, 2 Venmo receipts. We haven't seen anything legitimate from Eric. Nothing legitimate. We saw a notebook that anybody could write on. We saw Eric has asked people for money to get there. And then he says he used his own money. Now, Lady K just put that out on yesterday's live stream. We saw it. So if you doubt me, go and look because it's there. He said he needed money to get there. But then when he was there, he said he laid all that money out. And then he had more money that he asked for to go to Ohio for the Amish. But then he said he laid that money out. So yeah, Eric doesn't get the benefit of the doubt anymore because every time I give it to him, he makes me look stupid, and I'm done looking stupid for a man I don't know who shows me that, in my opinion, he's a con man. Thank you, Ronnie Bass. Eric pressured Betty to get, I believe that because it took him 3 times. 3 times. Let me see. Thank you, Penelope. He's an easy target. Who's an easy target? Who's an easy target? Ziggy Star. Who's an easy target? Eric thought he was so clever. He sure did. I thought he said Head Start. I could be wrong. I don't know what he's talking about. Eric is straight up con man. Not sure about the other one. I don't think the no GoFundMe was the issue. It's the multiple platform accounts Eric started and wasn't transparent about. He was doing things all backwards, which provoked question. Eric knows better. Let me tell you something. I get paid by YouTube. I haven't been paid by any other platforms, and they break things down pretty damn simple. So where was the money going? Supposedly he has their money. Why does he have their money when Betty could use it right now? Why does he have it? I mean, clearly, why does he have it now when Betty could use it? What's the reason there? Anybody got that answer? I'd love it in the chat. I think Patrick is on the up and up because you can tell, but I just feel like this was sobering for Patrick. I could be wrong. I saw a video that Eric said Eric is a content promoter. Eric has dad talk. He has dad talk, and supposedly he makes a lot of money on it, but he keeps asking people for donations. So Eric not knowing get involved. What? I don't know what that means. Eric is the who took off with the money, leaving money. Eric's the one that has the money. The Whittakers have a lot of local enemies between the stealing and crime. More than one family member has informed on locals to get out of trouble in the past. Okay. I always ring the doorbell before coming in. I don't know. Yeah, he is. He is live. Well, you keep saying it, Mrs. Matt Murphy. Jamie, can you go over to Facebook and see if he's live on Facebook and give me a text? Is that at all possible, Jamie? Patrick addressed the rumors about Jason owning his house in his life. Said Jason used to live there, but he owns the house. That's what we're saying, right? Exactly, right? Exactly. 5 years or more since Mark first met them. I know due to my age, 5 years at Betty's age makes a big difference in the cleaning abilities. Exactly. He is live. Okay, guys, he is live. He was at 7, but not anymore. Okay, he never stays on too long. I'll go check that out, but I'm not going to do that right now. I've been out of town for training this week, and I've been catching up today, Messiah, I got to say. You smoked Mr. Watson. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. And I didn't even mention that man's name in that video. I did not even mention his name. I didn't go on about him or anything. I just showed a video. You're a troublemaker, Jamie. I didn't even mention that man. I didn't. There was no need to. There was no need to. Okay. And that's not okay, True Rebel. Was it Eric or Patrick that did that? Because I think that's a legitimate question. Patrick is pretty transparent in that he is a ghetto rat, and what you see is what you get. Give him money, he will mismanage it since he has never had any money. Eric is sneaky. Okay. True Rebel, was it Patrick or Eric? Toddy Mark gave them money to put siding, windows, and a roof on. They did that. Right. Right. The people there in them hollers are humble folk for the most part. I believe that. If Eric was so innocent, he wouldn't have gone dark. That's right. I am looking at the chat, M. Cook. I'm looking at it now. No one in the holler says anything about anyone's house. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. Okay. Hey, Chris George. Yeah, I'm behind. Missouri. It was so Eric could put a payday in the Amish pocket. He is affiliated with the Amish. We know this. I don't know. I mean, there's allegation to that. They were there because we saw pictures of Timmy with them, and we heard what Patrick said, that he wasn't able to meet them. Why wasn't he able to meet them? So maybe there was some sort of kickback. I don't know. That's possible. That makes sense, but I can't say it because I don't know. They do need that. They do need a couple of caregivers. Eric wanted a reality show. I just think he wanted money, Carry On Paranormal. I just think he wanted money. If they had a 4-bedroom house, they would all still congregate in one room. So true. That's a true statement. I agree. And it was everything he did in front of the camera. Everything that man did, he did in front of the camera, right? He sure did. Seriously, a re-opt right? And that they would have been thrilled with that. Let me see. Could you imagine if they got a house like that, BJ and her boyfriends would, we don't know that. We don't. Patrick posted a pic of volunteers at Betty's house to help him clean out. See what I'm saying? Like, I just think that certainly Patrick is not near as bad as Eric wants us to believe. I just don't believe that. I think that he looked at that man as him being a fool. I honestly think that Eric thought he was a city slicker, and he was going to take advantage of the dumb country folk. And that pisses me off. I hate that. That pisses me off. They got several vehicles from Mark. I thought they got, they didn't get them. I think they didn't get them from Mark. When Mark gave them the money, this is stuff that they bought. I think Larry got a truck. I think somebody got like an ATV. Nobody should be sending any money. Please. I mean, do what you want. You all are adults, I would think. But I thought he was only asking for elbow grease help. I thought he was asking for elbow grease help. All the money now, he says they need a stove and fridge. Eric truly thought he had a quick. Yeah. Patrick said just now that BJ has been asking people for donations. I heard that too. I don't know that that's true. I heard that, and I didn't bring it up because I don't know it's true. Now, a few of you are saying it, but a few of you are saying it, I don't know. Excuse me, I believe that you guys have heard that, but I've heard it too. I just don't want to speak about it if I don't know it's true. Mark did a last video with Betty. He asked about her money. She agreed that even BJ said that he gave her 153, that he gave them 153,000. BJ said that. Upstate New York, I'm in upstate New York too. I'm in the Hudson Valley, Tammy. What part are you in? I think we all know better than to send BJ money. I mean, for real, you think? Latest update, 8 people showed up to help clean. They're going to need a new stove and refrigerator. Patrick is not what the live now. Okay. But he did say this, do not send money to BJ as a lawyer money. Do not send any money to BJ. I mean, that would be silly. No, I think that while they were there, I'm sorry, she's not on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be yawning. She's not on YouTube. I don't think she's on YouTube. He doesn't operate like that. Mark didn't want to be the gatekeeper. That's right. He didn't want to be the gatekeeper. He said it wasn't my money. It wasn't his money to gatekeep. He didn't want that responsibility. It was their money. If they wanted it, he gave it to them. That's what he said. So, yeah. About 12 people there. We heard about 8, somebody said, but this pic is on the Facebook. Okay, we'll check that out. I will check that out later. Hey, Toddy, busy tonight. Easy Lanes, that's cool. Thank you for coming in. If I lived closer, I give you guys a lot of credit. And I want Betty to go home. I can't even imagine what it would be like to live in that house without all the people there. That's true. But anytime anybody, this is true, and you could look at the videos. Anytime anybody has ever said anything about buying a house or something, he's always said, I want Betty to have it. It has nothing to do with me. I want Betty to have it. Betty should have it. Betty should have it. You guys watch the videos. I'm telling you, that's what he said. Whether he means it or not, that's what he said. I don't think he's asking for money. If he's asking for money, I would wait. I mean, that's my opinion. Exactly. Speculation. Exactly. BJ is begging for money supposedly to help Betty. Patrick said, no, don't, because it's not true. I believe that. Native Libra, I just cannot justify giving any cash at this point. I'm glad. Okay. I have a problem with them being in custody because they're nonverbal. And I don't know that they're all together. Excuse me. And Betty, who can understand them, hasn't seen them. And that's concerning to me. Like, why? Tiny Steading. People that want to add up new roof, 2 vehicles, mobile home to replace one that burned for Larry and Kenny and more. They also get money, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What I can't believe, Eric hasn't said one word. That's right, Toddy. I have said all along, why did he not get a lawyer from the start? Because he wanted what happened to happen. Remember, he went to APS, Adult Protective Services, 3 times. 3 times. You know, that man knows about the system. Go look at Dad talk. He knows about the system. He could say he doesn't. He knows about the system. Here you go. There you go. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. Eric made $51,000 in 1 month I believe it. I believe it. I told you guys how much people get paid for YouTube. So, where's the money? How come Betty doesn't have any money to even try to get a lawyer to be able to see her siblings? How do you leave her high and dry? He didn't even look her in the eye and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." He just scurried away like a coward, like a con man coward, in my opinion. And you know what? He should be afraid to go back to odd West Virginia. I agree. I agree with that. And I agree with that too. He's a martyr. He's done without. In the meantime, it's everybody else's money. He hasn't done without. SHIT. I look forward to watching you talk about the Whittakers. You're about truth and love. Thank you, Venetia Shea. Is it Venetia or Veneta? I'm sorry. Let me see. He doesn't plan on giving Betty any of it. No, BJ was there today with the crew. Whenever Eric said he paid on his own, he means his 1/3 share, but no proof. And it brings me back to the deal seemed unfair to start. He should have just straight salary or volunteer. Yeah, he's a crook. It's in my opinion, he's a crook. Because Eric won't have it until this month's. What about last month's payday? What about and all the channels? There's 7 channels. So what about those, right? What about that? Eric thought he was, I don't think he thought he was God. I think that he knows who he is. I think he knows exactly who he is. Patrick don't have any money because Eric owes him money and he owes the Whittakers money. And I believe that because he only had control over the one account. Now, maybe Patrick made some money off of his own Facebook account. Why didn't he get that trust done first? Because he's a thief. The state police will never get a straight story out of Eric. They will convict him, though. I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope they do. If there's a reason to, I hope they do. Because this is elder abuse. This is elder abuse. To take away somebody's home, those people's homes. Jamie, you in trouble? I want to know why Eric pushed the Amish so much. Because that's it. That's exactly it, because he knew them. Just for its and giggles, BJ knows how people really feel about her, so she could go to rehab and not be on the property. Give them a fair chance to be helped. Let's help the ones in the facility first and Betty before I help BJ. If there's anything left over and there's some grace for her, that's on somebody else, in my opinion. She's not on my priority list. Mr. Watt, I don't know anything about him. I don't watch his channel. I actually have him blocked from my channel. I don't watch his channel at all. People, it's time to turn the page and start a new chapter and be positive. I'm hoping for happy. We're all hoping for a happy ending on this family, but no, Eric needs to be held accountable. He's got all their money. He's got all their money, and Betty has nothing. And there's a broken family, so I disagree with that. Somebody has to make this right. This has to be seen through. It's not by us, but nobody should forget about this. He shouldn't get away with this. So he could do it to somebody else. I disagree with that. Okay. I think okay. Everyone should definitely be grateful for what we have. Absolutely. Is that what it was? While we all discuss various issues here, where is a decent place for them to live? The money should be there. Betty still needs a place. 1,000%. 1,000% she needs a place. And she also needs a lawyer, in my opinion, to have somebody fight for her family. so that she could see her family. I think you're right, but there's an investigation going on. And I don't think the people of odd West Virginia are going to let it slide. And I don't think the people on YouTube are going to let it slide. I don't think so. It's not going to look good. So I think they're going to go hard on him. These people need their money. They need their money. I know we know that Patrick was live at 7:00. I'm going to go check that out later. I think that, the only thing we actually saw of Patrick was that video. I mean, that text message that said that he was happy about Eric getting views on his personal channel and that Eric was making money. The Timmy time and stuff, I don't think that's good. But I don't see where. I think honestly that Patrick wanted to help the Whittakers, but also wanted to help himself. I think those two things are the same. I really do. I really do. Somebody's got to pay for it. So I'm not. They never showed up, my friend. They never showed up. I am a little sleepy, if I'm honest with you. I try to get up at 4 in the morning to get videos out by 7. So he did ask for things. Okay. Well, I'm going to check that out, and I'll probably make a video of that tonight or tomorrow morning. Where did she put up a post? Where is she? Where is that? Too much, Mom. Where is her post? Does she have a Facebook page? Seriously, I don't know. Let me see. Why do you think he went to Pearisburg? You know that Pearisburg, Virginia is where the the cemetery is for the Gordon Cemetery for the Whittaker family. That's in Pearisburg, Virginia. I thought he went to Ohio. All that money, they should have had a nice trailer. Yeah, you would think so. How about a new bathroom too? And that's another thing. He was like, they need a shower. They couldn't put a shower in there because of the floor. So this brilliant businessman couldn't say, hey, let's run to Walmart or let's go to Amazon. Let's do Amazon. Let's get a shower chair and let's get, a hand shower that connects to the faucet. In this way, they could shower on the shower chair. It was all or nothing. They need a shower. They have to have a shower chair. Would have sufficed till they got a shower. But Eric couldn't figure that out. That's what I'm talking about. It was all or nothing. And another thing, did you see that Eric made fun of the way the Whittakers lived? They needed to get kicked out of there. You should have seen the fungus growing on the SHIT. Well, the fungus was growing on the SHIT when you first got there. And you didn't say anything. Now you're shaming them as an excuse to why they don't live in the same house anymore because of what you did, Eric. And you expect us to believe this bullshit because you throw murk in the water. And that's what he's done. He is insulting our intelligence by throwing murk in the water, saying, look over there. And he thinks we're stupid enough to look over there instead of looking here. Because he's from Georgia and they're from odd West Virginia. Just some dumb hillbilly folk. Yeah. Why didn't you stay with them dumb hillbilly folk? See what they got for you. Oh, you're in the middle by the Finger Lakes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Tammy. I bet, are you still in peak? Because we're just starting here. It came out of the 125,000, I believe. He did not ask for money. Oh, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check it out tonight. No, Toddy, he was expressing Betty's needs. He did not ask for money. Great. Great. I love that he's not asking for money. I believe that. That's what it is, man. That's what it averages out to, about that. That's what even Lady K said. But you do get more money as you get more subscribers. So, they got a lot of subscribers. So, this is a conservative. But I would say that's not with I'm not even talking about super chats or super thanks or memberships or nothing. I'm not talking about that. So yeah, he's yeah. How much did Patrick earn? It said $395. What was in the wallet? I put that up last night. That Cameo thing up last night. I want to say, and so did Lady K. Miss Lady K put that up on her live stream. $340, I want to say, was in the wallet. I don't know that that's what was made. I'm not familiar with Cameo. We can ask Gypsy Rose or Ryan Anderson. I'm joking for those that know. Mark's money allowed them to put a roof and stuff. Exactly. I just hope whoever is investigating could and would freeze the money. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? But we don't know where that money is. So, yeah. And you got to remember, what they could do, I guess, I don't know, is we're supposed to get paid next week on YouTube. So I don't know if they can do that or not. I don't know if they can freeze that or not because it's under investigation. I don't know. He scurried away like a roach. Yes, he did. Eric will be going back to West Virginia in handcuffs. I don't know where Kenny was. I think Kenny works. In all fairness, Kenny does work. And from my understanding, Kenny never took a dime of their money. And nobody could say that he did that could show proof. He never took a dime. And even Mark said, oh, I know, Kenny, I know you make it. And he wasn't being facetious. That man works. So, and a lot of people, and here's another thing. They have said, now, when you ask a question, we have a chance, we have the opportunity to believe it or not believe it, yes? So it was asked how Timmy came to be. Now, they said that it was a stranger, and she was in her 30s, Lorraine, when she had Timmy. Timmy's 46, and Lorraine is 72, I want to say. Because she's older than Betty. She's the oldest living one right now. You could look it up. So she was in her 30s when she had Timmy. And from my understanding, it was a horrible experience for her. And it was a stranger. That's what we know. that they told us. So for us to throw Kenny in there, because I thought the same thing, but I would never accuse him of that when there's nothing backing it up. Like, that's when we get in trouble. How would we like that? Try to wipe that shit off you. How would we like that? Especially when somebody says, no, it was a stranger. Eric blew the house up so he could keep the money. No shit. I agree. I don't believe Eric was going to hand it over to the family, but the proper authorities, because he got the investigating. I don't know that he's doing anything. Listen, if he handed it over to the proper investigators, don't you think he'd say that? Hey guys, I handed it over. Here's the receipt. Because he'd get a receipt for that cash. Trust me, if you go to prison or you go to jail, you get a receipt for everything you're coming with. Nobody's just going to hand over money like that. They're going to get a receipt for it. It's called paperwork. All he'd have to do is show it. I've seen you on a live Zoom. Here I am. You are such a... Thank you so much, B. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our hearts are with the Whittakers, but we can't do anything about it. It's so sad. Hey Toddy, I'm new to your channel. Enjoy. I think the video when BJ said to Larry, exactly. That's what I think. It hurts them that people, Eric, just, yeah. Imagine what Timmy's thinking right now. Well, let's see. He's going to make a lot of money next month. I mean, this month coming. Okay, so we get paid this week coming on YouTube. And again, just those that don't understand, it's from August 1st to August 31st. So the 21st through the 26th, one time, we'll get paid. Somebody made a comment, you get paid twice on YouTube. I've never heard of that. Everything comes together as one. The super chats, the super thanks, the memberships, all of that comes together as one deposit. Now, if you want to see the breakdown, you could go into your analytics and see it, but they don't break it down as far as paying you. It's all in one. And again, you get it between the 21st, and I'm looking at a calendar. You get it between the 21st and the 26th, and it's from the month before. Now, next month, in October, he's going to get from September 1st through September 31st, the 31 days in September, right? And what about the month before? He started July 27th, right? July 24th or 27th was his first time, right? Sounds like Vanita, but E. Okay, Vanita, but E instead, no worry. Vanita. Okay, I got it. Instead of Venetia. Vanita. Thank you. Looking forward to the next upload on his dad talk. I'm going to ask him there about the money again. He's going to block you, but have fun with that, Craig. Craig, listen, I think everybody should be asking where the money is. Eric followers on his dad talk pot donate. There you go. I don't know if that's true. Agreed, Laura is a horrible attach. Eric got them, especially, and then disappeared. I totally agree with. Hey, listen, that's financial abuse. You know, and if somebody's hitting on people and all that allegation and shit, isn't that the truth? Like, how do people sleep at night when they do shit like that? Do they really think this man says his dad's a preacher? He is saving the money for a house, or he conspired to make money and have the 3 stars locked up so he could go back home. First, you don't know if he did, he will get. Otherwise, they were helped. They weren't helped. Mary, I'm sorry. They weren't helped. Look at the family. I mean, I don't see where you call that help. It took him 3 times to get that order. And it was only when he used the word ABUSC. What happened to that word before? I'm not giving this man the benefit of the doubt. He has not shown his face. He doesn't deserve it. People gave him grace and he turned and he left. And he didn't even face Betty. How does somebody with integrity leave without even saying, Betty, I am so sorry. This is not what I wanted. And then try to stay and help the situation. The guy just left. What does that show you about somebody? I disagree with you. Only because he was connected to the Amish. You can check that out on Dad Talk. Exactly. They weren't a business. Exactly. Eric probably part of something. I don't know that. If Patrick truly trashed the condo, he didn't. And that's another thing. He was going to show proof. He didn't show nothing. Only one person understands them all, and that is Betty. And that's the heartbreak right there. We don't know. Maybe the 3 are living it up. Really? You really think in their mind they're living it up? You think Lorraine isn't thinking of her sister? You think she's sitting there saying, oh, thank God in her mind that she got away from her sister Betty? We saw videos. How, let me ask you a question. How is Lorraine communicating with the people where she's at right now? How is Timmy doing that? How's Ray doing that? See, Betty was the one that could translate all of that, and she's not there. And if somebody put hands on these people, nobody would know because they can't even speak up for themselves. That's the problem that I have. And, let's be honest. There is so much elder ABUSC in the system that I can understand, but I can't accept where people could lose their patience. Not only that, but I'm sorry, but in this country, there's a lack of workers. So these places are understaffed and overworked. And you want me to, I can't believe that somebody would have extra patience. I disagree with this statement. I'm sorry. I disagree with it. I hope if he's deserving of it, he will. If those 3 aren't coming home, he needs to give the money to Betty. He needs to give the money to Betty now anyway. There shouldn't be any stipulation. He gave them an ultimatum. I'm going to help you build the house, or you could kick out your granddaughter or granddaughter or great niece or whatever. You have to get rid of one of your family members in order for me to help you. He did that on his own with other people's money. He did that on his own. He didn't say, hey, Patrick, do you think that's a good idea? He didn't say to the people that were donating money, hey, do you think that's a good idea? No, he gave them an ultimatum. He had no right giving them an ultimatum. I know. He said that all this crap about Patrick, and he knew all this about Patrick on his first visit, but he was telling everybody else what a good guy Patrick was. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, that's the problem. If you already know on your first visit that this guy is a thief, why are you still in business with him? And why are you omitting that from us? Does that make any sense? No. No. not doing that. Absolutely, they need their money. Absolutely, they need their money. I think if Patrick would go to an attorney and make it where people could donate directly to that might be the case. I think that would be absolutely the best thing to do. But I think right now, I don't think people should donate. I mean, that's my personal thing. But, because they have money that's just not given to them. Supposedly there's like $5,000 at least. I heard, didn't I hear, wait, 7,000. They could get their stuff for $7,000. Eric should just give them their money. I understood what you meant about Christmas. I bet you. Me too. I don't believe Eric turned himself in to be investigated. Maybe he thinks that they're stupid too. Listen, here's the thing. He could have taken that money and given it to his buddy Dwayne. We don't know. I don't trust him. I'm sorry. I don't trust this guy. He looked us in the face and he lied. And then there were things that showed up. I spent this money. I got them the pizzas. It says right there that Pizza Hut donated to them. They were a sponsor of the channel. But he got it out of his money. I spent the money. I took them here. I bought this for them. I bought that for them. And then it says, well, it was in advance from their YouTube money. So what did you buy them? And then in the meantime, he's got donations. So what did Eric really lay out of his pocket? Nothing. Yeah. Okay. I would love to see that. It's waiting for me at the pharmacy, to be honest with you. I actually do. I have neck problems. I have stenosis and I have Lyme disease. And I have a whole prescription of that waiting for me at the pharmacy. I'm not ready to pick it up yet. So, she does have a Facebook. I saw okay, so it seems like BJ has a Facebook post. I don't know if it's true just because Patrick says it. I mean, I'm not going to forget that, listen, I think Patrick, I'm not going to believe him blindly. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to believe him blindly. If the house is in a floodplain, can they even get a permit to build it? They can't get insurance. Insurance would be, it's not even that they can get insurance. It's just more expensive. It depends on what kind of, so their floodplains, they have like, what's the word I'm looking for? They have zones in floodplains. So it depends on which zone. And, yeah, they can get insurance in certain things. They can get insurance in certain ones. And they'd only have to get insurance if the house isn't paid for. If the house is paid for, they don't even have to get insurance. So, I don't know. I can't answer that question. So, Debbie, isn't that where Gordon Cemetery is, where the cemetery is for the Whittaker family? I don't think I need to tell anybody not to give BJ money. I mean, do what you want, but seriously. Laura, I'm waiting for you to tell me. I know the Amish community well. And that's another thing. At first, didn't he say, because we saw it on video, I'm sorry, he said, we for free. that they were going to build it for free, absolutely free. And then it was, well, supplies. And I mean, there's just so much shit. And then we got the permits. We got the permits. You didn't get the permits. How can we believe this guy? I can't believe this guy. I hear that the house is on bedrock, prevents it. Yeah. But you can move a septic system. It can, a septic system doesn't, you can have a septic system above ground. You just would have to have, instead of you would have to have like a gravity pull. I forget what it's called. I used to be a real estate agent. I'm serious. You can have it above ground, but you would need something instead of, you would need some sort of gravity thing. I forgot. You could look it up. You could look it up. You got to remember, there's actually places in this country that you can't build. I mean, you can't dig below. Like, look at Key West. Look at, I heard in Hawaii that they don't have wells and stuff. They have these water containers where people come and fill up the water and stuff. So you see, there's always a way about something, around something. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Layla's Toys, guys, it's Santa. He's got Santa there. So thank you so much, Layla's Toys. We appreciate you immensely. Thank you so much. Thank you. If it's bedrock, they need to concrete it. I don't know about that. I do just know that there is a way to have like a gravity pull. There's, I forget what it's called, but instead of it going down, it goes up. Okay, Mary, that's okay. And that's fine. And I appreciate the way that you put it. I really appreciate the way that you put it. Okay, well, we'll have to check that out. Let's see. He called them awful names in the video this afternoon. Who called who awful names in the video? Jason, there is running water, complains about $600. Supposedly because they left the water on or something. We didn't see any receipts. All we saw was chicken scratch on a notebook. And you can't expect people to believe that after what's happened here. Like, I'm sorry. Patrick showed Venmo. So. It's not usable. Probably usable to flush a toilet, but not to shower or, probably good for black water, I would say. But I'm not sure. I know he was in Pearisburg at the Amish store. Not sure if you want. I thought it was Ohio. In Pearisburg, that's the place where the cemetery was, I thought. He said, don't send money. So, okay, I need to go and check that out. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check. Yes, the peak has been a couple weeks ago. We haven't got, we're not even close to it. And I love that we're not close to it because I want to enjoy this fall so much. Yeah. Well, think about it, guys. Imagine it being people you loved. Who comes in and breaks up a family? Think about that. Please think about that. Think about that. Every time anyone has said they paid for this or that, they took it from Whittaker funds, not. Thank you. Guys, I'm getting ready to close this out. I am getting ready to close this out. He went 3 times. He couldn't get it the first 2 times. He had to use the word ABUSE, and he happened to have Timmy the 3rd time. You You don't think he was talking Timmy into that? I that's my opinion. I could be wrong. At one point he said, I wouldn't take Timmy there. That's not a place you take Timmy. But on the third time he took Timmy there and he claimed ABUSE. And that was how he got the restraining order. How convenient. That doesn't seem convenient to anybody. I wish you could help out there too. Maybe the Amish will reconsider and help out as well. Man, I wouldn't. I don't know. It's the 21st of the month for YouTube, so we can get. It says that we can get paid anywhere from the 21st through the 26th. I usually get paid on the 21st, but I thought that I heard Lady K said that she got paid on the 22nd. So it's between the 21st and the 26th. That's when they say. I can only go by when I get it. But it's next week, right? It's next week. Today's the 20th. So tomorrow's the 21st, but we're not going to get paid on Sunday. They need to be careful of money so it doesn't affect benefits. Right now, they need to get a house and all get together. Kenny never took any money, I remember. Right, that's what I said, and I agree. All states are different. But in mine, if they discover raw sewage, they shut the water off to the house. I don't think they do that there. I just don't think because I had watched another video where there's people going through West Virginia with that Peter I don't know how to say his last name, the bald guy that goes through goes through different parts of our country. And somebody was saying that there's many houses that unfortunately the sewage goes right into the creek. Of course he could talk to them. He has done stuff with the Amish. So if you look on Dad Talk, you could see that Eric has done stuff with the Amish. I'm not saying what he's done is good or bad with the Amish, but that's his affiliation with the Amish. That's fine. There's no big deal about going to Walmart. That's okay. But you're right. How much money could he have spent there? But I got news for you. Walmart's expensive now. And that's great. Absolutely. And that's what should be. Well, we don't know that. Because there's money coming next month that he can't get his hands on yet. So I don't know how that's going to work. He can't get his money on next month's pay yet. I would like to see that too. I'd like to see Betty with a smile on her face. I think he's either 70 or 72, if I remember. And I think Lorraine is 76. I don't know. They do need the money. Eric was on Patrick and his friend collecting money on a question and answer. He's always trying to get money, Eric. I mean, if you really look at that, I'm sorry. Ray is 72. Okay, that's what I thought. 70 or 72. Yes, I think part of the hype is people don't know the difference between it. They said it was not family and there was a name going around, but I don't know if it's true. What does it matter? Okay. Yes, their story they told Mark was a stranger. Okay. It's different in Appalachia. The Whittaker sewage is not the only thing running in that creek, I'm sure. Jamie, be kind. And I agree. Now people are trying to get saying almost you're talking about Lorraine. They shouldn't do that. I saw something like that. They shouldn't leave her alone. She's already had trauma. How much can Lorraine take? Leave her alone. God, leave that woman alone. Laura, I talked about that before. I really don't want to talk about that. I just don't. I think she was 36 when she had Timmy and is now 78. She was in her 30s. Yep, she sure was. She sure was. No, it's they have said that it was a stranger. They have said that it wasn't family. That's what they said. And I'm not gonna, that's not important to me. You know what? She loves her son. He loves her. I don't think that dredging that up is going to help a situation. I really don't. I don't think that it's going to help a situation. I mean, unless it's about getting somebody taken away and put away. But I don't think it's going to help Lorraine or Timmy. I just don't think it's going to help Lorraine or Timmy. Is it really? Today's Lorraine's birthday? I did not know that. I did not know that. Thanks, Sharon. We appreciate that. We don't like him either, and I'm from New York. I'm from Florida, but I live in New York. Guys, absolutely gonna call this a night. And I thought Ray was between 70 or 72. That's gone back and forth too. He's an older fella, right? He's an speaking of Lady K, where's okay, so you can find her content in my okay, so let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you, Chris. If you go into my video, just go into my video that I put up today, go into the descriptions, and you will see a link to Lady K's channel. You will see a link to Tragic TV's channel. You will see a link to Flies on Coleslaw's channel. Okay, so that's in my description of the video that I put up today and the video I put up yesterday. That's how you could find that. Please. I think Patrick was mistaken about saying I think so too. I think he was too, because he doesn't know. And the way that he read that thing, I could see where he got a little confused. But he hasn't had a YouTube channel. He's only had a Facebook channel, right? So he doesn't know. And that should show us that he doesn't know if we're going to believe it. Patrick said twice a month. Exactly. Daytona Beach. I know Daytona Beach pretty damn well. My aunt used to live there. When I was a kid, we used to go up there all the time. Daytona is beautiful. Now they are wards of the state. Yeah, I know. That breaks my heart. That really breaks my heart. Live in Myrtle Beach, but my family lives in Georgia, so don't think everyone is like, I don't think that at all. I have friends that live in Georgia. I don't think that at all. Dreams are important. Guys, I'm getting ready to call this a night. Eric kept on until the order was granted. Exactly. Just getting here. Did you see the Patrick claims, the screenshots? I did not. I haven't seen that yet. Debbie Mack, what part of Florida are you from? I'm from Hollywood, Broward County, but I live in upstate New York. Mary B's there financially. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Eric needs to get an old-fashioned country. Here. Psychology Eats did something on Lorraine's cold case. I saw that. I saw that. I don't agree with it because of Lorraine and Timmy. And I don't want them to go through any more trauma. On the side of somebody running around doing that, somebody needs to be, if somebody's running in the streets doing that, of course they need to be put away. So Yeah. So you see, there's two sides to that, and both sides are right. I'd hate to see Lorraine live through that, but I also think if somebody's out there behaving like that, they need to be shut down and put away. Absolutely. Betty was their voice. Eric kept saying all this stuff that he bought them and play. Yep, yeah. He bought them with other people's money and he was reimbursed with other people's money. And that's the truth. Here's what I have a disconnect. Here's where I have a disconnect with you. Where? Tell me. Where is the disconnect? I'm trying to figure it out. M. Cook. Because I am almost 20 minutes behind in the chat here, so I don't know what happened. I don't. Can you tell me, M. Cook? Seriously, if you're talking to me, I'd like to know, so that we can address it. I'm saying that that is done and done. I don't understand. Eric said he still has. Okay, that's from Too Much Mom. Bubba AF. How you doing, Bubba A? Bubba. Bubba AF. Okay. That dang Don. Hey dang Don, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing, dang Don? I don't think Eric helps people out of the goodness. I don't believe it either. I haven't seen it. Florida in the Sun. Can anyone of the platform put a hold on paying them due to people on reverse payment? I don't know. I don't know. Eric is trying to set Patrick out. That's what I believe. 1,000. I do believe that. There are actually people in the places where Betty and Timmy that are use different methods to communicate with nonverbal folk. Okay. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm saying what I think. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just my opinion. Eric only gave the Whittakers a $250. I know we saw that, or he said that, right? But didn't he say that Patrick had it? I thought he said Patrick had it. Eric admitted to supposedly being on Patrick from day one and then promoting him to get donations, key evidence of the defrauding. I agree. Little bit Lisa, there are contracts a lawyer can file to freeze those monies. I hope they do. I hope they do. Do you think any of the platforms like YouTube put a hold on? I don't know. I don't know. Tenacity for the truth. Why I say he will be charged. I hope so. I hope so. Call Ray Lorraine. I'm sure Lorraine's propped on a chair. Yeah, we don't know that. No money can be given to anyone that is investigating going on. Why would he have spent all of that out of his own pocket? He said himself he was broke when he got there, right? Well, he spoke out of two sides of his mouth, didn't he? There was a message between Eric and Patrick with one of them saying like $42,000. Yep. I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't tell you an untruth. And if I made a mistake, I'll come on here and I'll tell you, no problem. I was very lenient with what I said. I was very conservative when I was talking about the monies on YouTube. Ray and Chu is not a good. BJ trying to cash in now. That's just foolish. If anybody gives her money, I can't imagine that. 2 weeks ago, you can tell I don't have a life. It's Saturday night. Hey, I'm insulted by that. I can say on behalf of our chat, we are insulted by that, man. I just got the live. Thank you so much, Kirsten. I appreciate you. Nothing said is true. Okay, well, where's my mod here? I'm sick of hearing these blanket statements, M. Cook. This is just blanket statements. I've asked you what it was that I said was untrue. I've shown proof on several things. So I'm taking it as a troll. I have Lyme. St. Elmo's, I have Lyme. Catherine Brooks. Email me about that. Please email me about that. Let's just say he had. Oh. M. Cook, you're not talking to me. You're talking to other people in the chat. Guys, please let's not try to argue in the chat. M. Cook, I apologize because I'm heard from my moderator that you're not talking to me. I'm sorry. Toddy, I feel for you with your pain and illness. I have similar. It's so hard. It's all right. I mean, I'm not feeling horrible right now. I'm actually not feeling horrible. 23 lighters on her dresser. I need some sometimes, so maybe that's where I go. Flood insurance is available. It is. And it's only required if you have insurance. I mean, it's only required if you owe money on the home. It's not required by law to have it. Only if you owe money. They don't have to have septic according to us. Is that true? Can you send me that? Is there any way you could send me that? Or where I could find that? Toddy1skip@gmail.com. I could have gone on disability, but that wouldn't have helped. Just Deborah, how are you? The Amish don't work for free, they work for cash. Some of the Amish people have a lot of money. You know that, right? You ever see the cars that some of them drive? You ever see those kids that do the rum, what is it called? Where they can, on their 18th or 16th birthday or something, they go out to figure out if they want to be Amish or not. Rum's something. And they have some nice cars. All right, guys. So I'm getting ready. Hey, Brittany, I'm getting ready to call it a night. Hang on a second. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. I apologize to Mick Cook because I thought it was for me. Why did they film when they supposedly BJ in the camper? They filmed everything else. Huh? There's no more chips, huh? Damn it. Patrick said tonight on his live above ground septic. You are exactly right, Toddy. They do, and there's some I forget what that thing is called. Tiny, he can't be allowed to go into a creek. Patrick said on his live tonight. They can get it. Okay. All right, guys. Just trying to get to see that I end everything. I just want to make sure nobody's asking me any questions here. I don't know how much I take for granted. Water gap. I don't think it's a pump station. It's called something else. I forget what it's called. State statutes say it's up to the county to approve alternate systems. I believe that porta potty is better than what is going on. Absolutely. Santa, don't drink Dr. Pepper. Leave Santa alone. Leave Santa alone. Thank you, Brittany. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Eric's daughter's mom. Sure, put him on blast about. Here's somebody that talks about family, and I've seen this from his ex-wife with her own handwrite, with her own posts on Facebook. So just so you know. All right. So guys, Santa is definitely a stand-up man. I agree. But I read the thing where it said Petersburg. I mean, I read an article on that. I really did. Yes, I thought the Pizza Hut guy on the video did. It says it right on their Facebook thing that it was donated. It's a sponsor. Pizza Hut's a sponsor. They said that. And then it said donated pizza. I put a video up on that. I really did. Beach Girl, where did you sit? Wasn't okay. It's not though. It's not. It might not be a place that you want to live, but it's not. It's not. They're saying it's not condemned. It's not. That dang Don. I thought you had extra money. You were willing to give it away. Didn't they have pizza several times? Once. Yeah, it seemed like they ate a lot of pizza. I agree. I agree. I feel you, my friend. I feel you. I have thought long and hard about it. It's awful, Bobby. It sure is. Amish's parish. Okay. I thought he said Ohio, though. I could be wrong. He said a long trip. That's not a long trip because he was asking for money. I mean, they say Pearisburg is like 55 miles away or something, right? So I don't understand that. I don't. Absolutely. Absolutely. I live in a campsite. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I live in a camper and a campsite. I have no shame in that. I'm not going to buy a piece of property that's going to stick me here that in 2.5 years, when I want to leave, I'm stuck to a piece of property or I'm stuck to a house. I've done that before. I've been stuck to a house when I wanted to leave and couldn't afford to leave because I was stuck to that house. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I know in 2.5 years, I'm leaving. So I couldn't rent an apartment because my dog was miserable. My dog's on Prozac. Every sound, I couldn't do that. This was the option that we wanted, and I'm happy with this decision. So, the thing is, people always want to pass judgment. Oh, you can't afford this. Oh, you can't afford that. What if you can't? What if you can't afford anything more? Does that make somebody a horrible person? If they're trying by law to live in this country as hard as it is with all the things that have gone up in price, with the exception of pay. I mean, you want to bash people that are robbing people to get by, not people that are just trying to find alternative ways to live. We have seen people live out of their cars. I wouldn't make fun of anybody living out of their car if that's the best they could do. Look at how much things are. I'm grateful people are living out of their cars as opposed to holding people up by guns. I've been held up by a gun. Estiana, good morning. I did a video, just so you know, and I had the Scottish accent, just so you know. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Guys, I'm getting ready to close this out. I just wanted to say what was going on. I wanted to show where Patrick lived, and I wanted to show the video of Timmy and explain it. And I wanted to see where you guys were at about things, and I just wanted to be a part of the community and talking. Hey, thank you. I knew you had a good heart, sir, or ma'am, whatever that dang Don is. I knew you had a good heart. You just got a funny sense of humor, sir. And sometimes we need that. We need that when it comes to this shit, because I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes. So you making people laugh is okay with me. Her 79th birthday. That even makes me sadder. I need to send you the video of Eric that I seen today. He said he wanted to explain everything one last time. Please, toddy1skip@gmail.com. TODDIE @gmail.com. And guys, you guys have written to me, and I have responded to all of my emails. I can't respond to all of the comments. I try. And I'll be honest, I can't read all of the comments because, and I understand, and please, some of the comments come way later, and then there's people commenting on other videos as well. But I do respond to my emails. It might take me a minute to get there, but I respond. All I ask is please try to keep them short because there's a lot of them. And I appreciate them. That's why I give you my email address. It's in my descriptions, toddy1skip@gmail.com. Guys, I am getting ready to call this a night. This is some interesting information right here. I don't want to put anything up about him because I don't want to be accused of bullying. So, but I see you. I see you, and laughing, that dang Don. What part of New York? I'm not a New Yorker. I'm from Florida. But I live in upstate New York. I live in the Hudson Valley area. It's absolutely beautiful. And we never saw those. We never saw those. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Kansas. Yes, I know he changed it. Thank you. I agree. They did look great. But also, I just want to say something. So Eric kept saying they didn't treat Mark like that. They weren't happy to see Mark. That's not true. Go look at the videos. They were happy to see Mark. Mark was a little bit more reserved because Mark wasn't trying to get them, in my opinion, to say things that they didn't. Mark wasn't trying to push himself on the family either. He wasn't trying to be buddy. It's a different approach. And Mark gave them $153,000. Eric took off and ran with their money. And that is true. He even said it. I have their money, and he wasn't there anymore in the state in which they need the money. Thank you, Paranormal. I appreciate you. East Tennessee. There you go. Thank you, Jamie. Huge shootout. God forbid. Huge shout out. Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, my friend Jamie. It's the first time I ever had a moderator. You did great, Jamie. I appreciate it. Tenacity for the Truth. Thank you. Guys, please check out Jamie's channel, Milk, Honey, and Mayhem. She's a country girl. She lives in Tennessee, and she talks a lot about it. That dang Don, I sure will later. I haven't, but I will. Thank you for that. And it's legal where I live, just so you know. Well, from what I heard, and I haven't seen the whole video, but I think I got the impression that has changed from what Psychology Eats says. I don't know. I'm going to look at her video. I did a live stream with her. So I am going to check out her video. I appreciate the shout out. I've always wanted. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you. Why don't you cover the sheriff? And I don't know anything about it. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Guys, please check out Jamie's channel because she really does very unique, and she's got a great personality, presentation, wonderful storyteller. And it's not because she's my mod, it's because it's true. Just check her out, Milk, Honey, and Mayhem on YouTube, guys. You know, thank you guys. Thank you so much for Saturday night, spending some Saturday night with me. I'm going to listen to Patrick's live stream. Thank you, Shorty Pie, TNT. You guys are awesome. Thank you, everybody. Betty. I don't know, Betty. I don't know. Susanna Cottam from South Australia, Adelaide, South Australia. I love it. Cammy, we'll take it, but can you get the whole family out? Shorty Pie, thank you. It's Dhani. Danny. You got to throw. It's like Hanny, but put the D in front of Danny with a Danny. How you doing? We're just getting ready to close this out, my friend. Jason, thank you for everything. You've sent me some stuff, so thank you for that and the support that you've shown. Thank you. Rumspringer, that's what it was. Rumspringer. Right. And it was donated. It was donated, Vanetta. It was donated. All right, guys. I love living in a tiny house. My biggest problem is that Danny, the dog that's on Prozac, I'm sorry, Danny, I'm putting your shit out there. Sometimes she doesn't go backwards. So we're like, can you move so I can get by? That's the worst bit of it, but that's okay. That's okay. Bar mitzvahs for Jews. I know that. I don't know who's saying. I forgot Rumspringer. I know my brothers. I have three brothers. Two of them were bar mitzvah. So I do know that. I don't think I said bar mitzvah. But anyway, I'm just a little alien. How you doing? Well, you missed it, but that's okay. Thank you, Okie Finoki Stone. Eric is very convincing when he talks. Well, yeah. I'm in upstate New York too, Hudson Valley. All right, guys. Mark hasn't checked in with them. I think that Mark is going through his own stuff, and I don't think he wants to get involved in this. You know? I don't know. I don't know. That's what he said, right? That's sure what he said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Florida and the Sun like to know if they're fixing the house to bring them home. I don't know that anybody, thank you, Okie Finoki. I don't think that anybody knows right now if they're coming home or not. I just don't know. From Arkansas, I've been through Arkansas. I've never actually stayed there, but I'm planning on moving a little bit south, and we'll see how that works out. Uncle Jimmy Bobby, Dr. Frank will make you feel better. That's right. Those that don't know, Jamie and I do a skit, just so you know. I'm not retired yet, RC, no. I'm trying to hold out till I'm 65. Troll, how you doing? You're a little late. We're getting ready to close this out, but it's nice to see you. We were discussing the video of Timmy in the hotel common area that people thought was a video, people thought was a facility, and also Patrick's proof that Patrick lives where Patrick said he lives, and that he actually lives in that home, even though that home is under construction. And that's it, guys. It looks like I've gotten to the bottom of this, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. So much. I might be coming to Tennessee. I have a really good friend there. Actually, I have two. What? No, not as far as I know, and I don't watch his channel. So I don't know. I kind of need a place to go. I kind of need a little bit of routine or schedule or some sort of regiment. I I need that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I try to wear it with pride. It's mine. Guys, I do so appreciate you. And I'm going to call it a night. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. And I hope that thank you, Troll. I hope that everybody has a great night, guys. I so appreciate you. Jamie, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I'm going to leave this one up here and say goodnight to everybody. Take care, guys. Thank you again. Thank you so much.